Welcome to the Dezperate Actor Podcast with your host, Steve Des, taking you from where you are to where you want to be with the Dezperate Actor program. Go to dezperateactor.com for more information. And now, here's your host, Steve Des. Hello, and welcome to the Dezperate Actor Podcast. And today's topic is, if you're not growing, you're not achieving. And why do I say this? It's because in life, when we remain stagnant, we're not achieving as much. When we are in a place when we think we know absolutely everything, when it comes to a particular subject or an industry or anything like that, there's no room for growth anymore because you're already in that position of I absolutely know everything. And one thing that you got to know about life is that in life, in order for you to really grow, you always, doesn't matter what stage you are, you have to remain being a student of the game. Every time I'm in a room, even if I'm in a room where I have a little bit more experience than other people, I still remain a student, and I like to learn from all perspectives. Whether you're a seasoned veteran and you've been doing this for more than 20 years, or you're a person that you're just starting your career, I like learning from absolutely everybody, because if you're not growing, you're not achieving. And one of the most important ways for you to keep growing is by getting uncomfortable. So if there's any skills, any assets that you can add to your arsenal, it's very important that you take advantage of that. If there's a class that will help you stretch out, if there's something that you've been neglecting, if there's a particular situation or even a role that you don't feel fully comfortable in, that's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's how you go through the process of achieving even more in your own career. And skills are very, very valuable because there's a lot of roles within the acting and entertainment industry that just for you having that particular skill and being really, really good at it, you can achieve getting booked for those particular roles just because you're really good at that one skill. For example, one example I like to use a lot, besides instruments, will be skateboarding. Ever since I moved to Los Angeles, California, and I look at the casting breakdowns for so many commercials and even TV shows and sometimes even movies. But primarily I've seen it a lot in commercials primarily and TV shows. They're constantly, but I mean constantly, looking for people that have skateboarding skills. And I'm personally not the best skateboarder, but I did pick up the skill along my way in California throughout my journey a few years in, and somebody gifted me a skateboard. So I'm very grateful for that, and I was able to pick up a little bit of the skateboarding skills. But I know people that I met throughout my journey that literally just live off of this. They just master this one skill, and they get booked over and over and over again. And literally they spent maybe roughly, I would say 60% of their year doing roles that involve skateboarding. And that's how they pay off all their bills, everything, have money to travel, all those good, awesome things. So the more you can grow yourself, the more you can expand on yourself, the more you can actually achieve. So always put yourself in the position to learn new skills. When you feel stagnant, when you feel stuck, when you feel a little bit too comfortable, make sure that you do things that stretch you. Make sure that you do things that get you uncomfortable. Make sure that you take those classes that you're saying, I don't know if I should take these classes and stuff like that. Like, go ahead, do it. Be uncomfortable for a second, because if you're not growing, you're not achieving. And that's the whole point of this, that we want you to grow. We want you to achieve those dreams. We want you to get closer to those goals and big grandiose experiences and visualizations that you're having. But the only way that you're going to do that is by growing. And how do you grow? Get uncomfortable. When things seem already like you got the hang of everything, do something that makes you uncomfortable. Walk your way to work instead of driving. Do something that literally is going to stretch you. If you take the same path to go home, take an alternative path. Take something else that will literally stretch you. So make sure that you're constantly growing. And how do you grow? By adding new skills, by taking new classes, by picking up an instrument or another thing that you've never even tried before. Different things like that will make you uncomfortable. If you always make the same type of friends, pick up other friends. Learn from other people that are outside of your friend sphere so you can learn from them and their unique perspectives and their journeys. It's extremely, extremely, extremely important for you to keep growing in order for you to achieve things. And I hope that I was able to drill this concept really, really down in your head, because it's extremely vital and important, not only for you to get roles in the now, but for you to get roles in the future. Because you never know. You might be learning, let's say, the harmonica now, but in 5 years, in 7 years or something like that, you might get the role of a lifetime just because of that one valuable skill that you learn and put yourself through. And all of a sudden, all they needed was you to show up. And because you showed up and you already put all those hours of practice and learning that one particular skill, you were able to book roles that before weren't even available to you or weren't even noticeable. But the moment you start doing these type of things, they show up. So make sure that you're constantly growing so you can constantly be achieving. And what the Dezperate Actor Podcast brings to the table is basically give you a blueprint and a step-by-step guide on how to maximize your career in Hollywood. This particular podcast is primarily for those people that are interested into breaking into the Hollywood industry and get to know the secrets and things that they need to know in order to maximize their career and go from desperate to a working professional actor. We have guides, we have books, we have programs and courses available for you at dezperateactor.com. That's DezperateActor.com. Dezperateactor.com. And we're going to be basically all the time giving you tips and tricks, not only in our podcast, but also in our YouTube channel, our TikToks, Instagram, and every social media platform that we develop here at Dezperate Actor Incorporated. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. We're going to be sharing not only my particular journey, but the journey of other actors as well. We're going to be interviewing people in the very near future in the podcast that are involved in Hollywood somehow, some way, whether they're involved directly in Hollywood or they're working in different industries such as London, Atlanta, Canada, even Colombia. There's a vast majority of people working in the film industry all over the world. And that's why I want to bring the Dezperate Actor Podcast to help you see that this dream is possible no matter where you're at. So if you want more information about what we're doing here at Dezperate Actor, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast, like it, rate it 5 stars, and tell us what you think about the information that we're sharing, not just here, but all over our ecosystem. And if you want more information on how you can get involved and how you can get your career started, just go to dezperateactor.com for more information regarding to our programs, coaching, books, and much more. So thank you so much for being part of this incredible journey. The Dezperate Actor Podcast will be uploading episodes every single week. So make sure to stay tuned, subscribe, and tell all your friends about all the amazing opportunities, tips, tricks, and hacks that we're going to give you right here in the Dezperate Actor Podcast. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your year.